What's happening, y'all?
Hey y'all, how are you?
I'm Ashton,
I'm KP.
and you are watching the In Vehement Company Music Podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts.
For music enthusiasts.
Y'all know what it is. All right, so hey, it's June, so it's still Black Music Month, and we are celebrating, and we are having a ball. We are having
Absolutely
a time of our lives with all this. So today, what we're gonna do is just give you a little recap of what's been going on with the IG page, because there's been a lot of stuff that we have been putting on there. For those who are not following, make sure you go follow.
Make sure
at invehement.company on Instagram. So go ahead, give us a follow. And we actually, if you watched our live yesterday, we were looking for 50 followers, and we reached our goal. We actually exceeded it. So now we're at like almost 70 now.
Yeah, I'm like, we're almost at another milestone.
Almost at 100. So shout out to everybody who's been following. Thank you for following, and let's say you won't regret it.
You won't. It's so much fun over there.
Oh yeah.
We do multiple stories and posts, especially with it being Black Music Month. Like, the prompts are so fun, and everybody has been participating and just enjoying the vibes over there. We created a new series, What We're Listening to This Week, which I'm truly enjoying. It's a couple of picks. It's 3 picks from me, 3 picks from Ashton of music that we've been listening to from the week prior, and just having a great time sharing that with you guys. So just be on the lookout for series. We're going to post that in our highlights. So it'll be a highlight, so you can just look at all the different posts from each series that we create. But yeah, tap in over there, because we really have fun.
Oh yeah, we sure do. So what we got? Legacy Monday, Trailblazer Tuesday, Wednesday's just a free for all freelance day.
Yeah,
freelance. Let's get them on.
Okay, I need to get Chad on the line. Let me call Chad.
Throwback Thursday, and then Fresh Fridays.
Fresh Fridays.
So new music that we have been kind of discovering, if you will. But one thing I'm excited about is that soundtracks, because Roddy Ricch, he just had that one. He had that one new song.
Yep, it just came out.
So yeah, so it's gonna be exciting that people are still making soundtracks to movies even in 2025, when
exactly
we have all these digital streaming platforms, and it's not really necessary, but for it's just not to show my age, but the nostalgia of soundtracks is good to see that those are still around.
Exactly. So y'all tap into that, because it's called Underdog by Roddy Ricch. So yeah, y'all go tap into that. A lot of new releases really came out, and then some new releases are happening like this coming month. Kenyon Dixon and Terrace Martin have some stuff coming up. Malaya, my girl, she's dropping a song, Dive, on the 25th. That kind of went up high on her Instagram page, and she decided to release that. So y'all tap into that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be really good. Kenyon Dixon and Terrace Martin new album is called 211. Well, tracks are called 211, and then the album's called Come As You Are. That's what the album's called, and that releases on the 20th, June 20th. So tap into that. It's Black Music Month. We tap it in. So yeah, it's a lot of new stuff happening.
And then also, my girl Felicia Temple, she has a song coming out called Colorblind, which that's releasing again on June 20th.
Yeah.
So it actually deals with, people not being able to tell whether certain traits are a red flag or a green flag, and you really don't. I mean, she didn't go into the full detail of what the song is about. She said that much, so I guess that's just the
summary synopsis.
But June 20th, the song is coming out. So, and I'm sure it's a banger too, because she always puts out dope music. So.
And we're excited to hear it. Yes. Another recap, the BET Awards came on last Sunday, right?
Oh,
last Sunday, and that was, I haven't been a fan of the BET Awards in the last couple of years, but they really brought it this year for real. It was full of nostalgia. Like, you had A. Marie perform, and you had Keisha Cole, and you had, who else? You had Ashanti.
B2K.
B2K, like it was a real like 106 in Park vibe. Like it really brought you back. And then the Icon Awards, you know, Jamie Foxx was like probably my favorite, but they also who else did they award? Mariah Carey, Kurt Franklin. And then the people who honor them, the performances were crazy. Like Babyface honoring Jamie Foxx had to just be like such a surreal moment for him. Like he sang Unpredictable, and listen, I've been watching it all week. Literally, it was crazy. And Jamie Foxx's speech, y'all know he was dealing with some health issues, and we almost lost him. And he has really just, you know, it was just an amazing speech. It was just amazing. It was an amazing show. One of BET's best in the recent years.
Yeah, B2K, they did my song. Baby, turn around and let me see your sexy body go.
Hey, right.
That was my cut back in
mine too. Listen, yeah. So it was, that was really dope. It was really dope to watch and see how good and all the artists from, you know, early 2000s sound. Like Ashanti sounded good and she looked good. She did. Like I was like, come on now. Like she really did her thing for real. And then Mariah Carey working with Anderson .Paak on her new stuff.
Yes.
It's all over it. Like you hear Anderson's influence all over it. Really dope. Super happy for Mariah to come back out. Love her down. So yeah, that's really dope.
So I'll say this with all the artists who made those cameos on the show. Hopefully it isn't the last that we see of them this year. You know,
exactly.
That definitely took me back. So
same.
Let's talk more about the. Well, let's actually go here.
Okay.
With so Legacy Monday. I think the first person we honored was the one Prince of Gospel, John P. Key. Mm-hmm. Because now, I say that because, you know, he pretty much was the first gospel artist who infused both contemporary and quartet songs on one album. You know,
you could vibe with it.
And you could go anywhere with it. Like the clip, because that's the other thing, too. It's really been taking me back, and I've been revisiting a lot of those videos and albums, because that clip of him singing Jesus Is Real when he jumped off the stage and was like belting and screaming at people. We actually had that videotape, so it's funny. I actually went back and watched the whole thing, and I don't know if my ear, well, obviously it wasn't, my ear for music wasn't really as keen as it is now, but man, the musicality on that video, I'm like, whoa. Now I can see why, you know, everybody says he's the Prince of God. Well, not just because his middle name is Prince, but he actually on one of the songs, "Wash Me" on the vamp, they actually play the Prince 1999 vamp on it.
Wow. Wow. Yeah, so John P. Key's the man, literally.
So another Legacy Monday, we shouted out Run DMC.
We did.
So my dad, he actually had the movie Crush Groove. With Run DMC on it.
Yeah.
So and that actually took me back to that movie. So I did watch a few clips on YouTube of that, and the whole thing. Whose house? Run's house. Knowing that 20 years later he would actually make a reality show called that, which
I used to tap into that. Yeah, that was a good show. Him in the tub with his thoughts at the end. Yes.
Yeah. Like, you know, I'm really not a reality TV show fan, but that show, I was a faithful religious viewer,
watcher. Yep, same. So. It was very wholesome. It was a wholesome show. They were a great family. Yeah, love that. That was one of the better reality shows that ever came out. So yeah, same.
So with Throwback Thursday, with Parliament Funkadelic when they played Mothership Connection. And George Clinton was high as a kite the whole time. Like I already know, like LSD,
running rampant.
I don't do that kind of stuff, so I can't really talk on it.
Well, we hope not. But back then, listen, hard pressed to find somebody that wasn't. But just to sidebar off of that, we lost Sly.
Yes, Sly.
Which we need to talk about that.
Oh, yeah.
because we have talked about him in previous episodes. Well, actually, the episode that's dropping tonight,
Yes.
we talk about him and other, legends. So he paved the way for a lot. Such an innovator and creative, and he lived a long life, but still such a, a sad loss. So,
and to see how, I'm pretty sure back then there was a lot of reaction and obviously racism, because his rhythm section, his drummer was a white guy. An all-black band with a white drummer, so I know that probably had some pushback in the black community, no doubt the white community, but I think he was probably one of the first popular artists who, one of the first artists, period, who actually, broke that color barrier.
Right.
So, yeah.
And integrated race.
So shout out to him for doing that. And then, really, his gospel influence is everywhere. From even people like Kurt Franklin, Fred Hammond, even newer, I guess CCM artists like Trent Corey or Vashawn Mitchell.
Right.
You hear his musical influence pretty much on all decades of gospel after he came up big. So shout out and
very influential.
Yeah, very influential.
Yeah.
So
had to shout him out.
Oh, for sure, yes. One of my favorite pick me up songs. Dance to the music. And then I'll say this: Everyday People.
Everyday People.
The band Arrested Development back in the '90s, they covered that and made their own rap verses to that. And so Commission, they had a song called "Stand," but you can tell that and so did Sly and the Family Stone. But with Commission's version, like the vocal syncopation, it's in a different key, but the vocal syncopation and the I guess the intervallic relationship between notes, it's literally the same thing on the verses. So so gospel, hip hop, they were
R&B, all of it. Yeah,
this Sly and the Family Stone, they were very influential in pretty much all styles of music.
Facts. Yeah. So Throwback Thursday, we've had some really good stuff. Fresh Friday, we've talked about Kenyon Dixon. Shout out to Kenyon Dixon, y'all. Shout out to Kenny Got Soul on IG. Y'all need to go follow him. He is just really incredible, an incredible writer, arranger, producer of his own stuff, very independent artist, has been Grammy nominated. Go tap in. Kenny's amazing. I think we highlighted Dream of Me, which is one of my favorite songs by him on his Closer album. That's an amazing album. So Dream of Me, we highlighted. Fresh Friday, Ashton, you picked somebody this past Friday.
Yeah. So I got this song called Let It Out, which features Felicia Temple, as I mentioned earlier. It's a song called Let It Out by Jay Ronell. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but yeah, that's one of the newer songs. I mean, that came out in April, but still one of my favorite newer R&B songs that's out now. Him, actually, my boy, the artist Friday with 2 Y's. He has a song. He has a song called Charlene, which I thought was a cover from Anthony Hamilton's, but it's not. It's really his own thing. Own thing, yes. And then, of course, like we mentioned earlier, Underdog by Roddy Ricch. That's from the movie F1. So yeah,
some good stuff. Some Fresh Friday good stuff. Yeah, so y'all just, the point is to really just start tapping into our social media, because we are extremely active over there. We've done a bunch of polls and ask questions, favorite songs, favorite artists, for this, that, for different things, and people really tap in. They really participate, and we have a ball. It's stuff I haven't even heard. So, we're learning from our audience as they're vibing with us, and so just, go tap in over there. We have a ball.
So, Keisha, I actually have a few questions for you, if you don't mind.
Not him putting me on the spot. Let's go.
Oh, that ain't it. Oh, okay. So let's play this or that. So
I'm ready.
Or this person or that person, which is what we did on our IG page on the story. So, Miles or Coltrane?
Miles.
All right. This one's a little harder. Tupac or Biggie?
Not very hard for me. I'm Tupac. I'm a Tupac stan. I love Biggie, but yeah.
All right. A little bit harder. Prince or MJ?
Yeah, some of the stuff be unfair. I'm just gonna have to say MJ because I mean, literally from 2 years old, you know, from what I can remember, like one of my earliest memories is of a Michael Jackson video. So, yeah, like he's just such a huge part of my life.
Oh yeah. Well, I'll say this: the first time, I probably shouldn't, but I mean, it's whatever. I'm not gonna say no names. The first time I ever heard a Prince song was actually in church.
Ah,
one of the newer members.
Was it "I Could Die for You"?
No, it was a song that I really didn't think would ever be a Prince song. He sang a song called "The Cross." So
okay.
I didn't know that was a Prince song until my dad actually said it years later. But then I think what the program Rhapsody had just came out, where you can listen to like 15 songs on the internet for free. That was one of the first songs I listened to because I remembered him saying that. I'm like, well, let me see if he didn't change the lyrics up. Let me see if he actually made this appropriate for church. But they were the exact same lyrics that I remembered. And
wow.
So it could literally pass for a gospel song. So yeah. So and then,
that's wild.
It is. I mean, I'm actually glad he did it because otherwise, I don't think I would know who Prince was if I wanted to say that. Well, no. I knew who Prince was, but I probably never would have heard a Prince song that early.
Right.
On that. So some more questions, and I'll throw my piece in there as well.
Okay.
So, a 90s hip hop mixtape. What 3 songs would you add to that?
90s hip hop mixtape. Oh man. So I'm gonna say Tupac, I Get Around. I'm gonna say A Tribe Called Quest, Electric Relaxation. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm gonna say Little Kim, Crush
on You.
Crush on You.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Little Kim, Crush on You.
Yeah. So the sample in that was a tune called Rain Dance by Jeff Lorber. And so
Look at see. This is the historian, y'all. Y'all don't know Ashton is a real music historian over here, okay? Give him his claps.
So that's thanks to my dad. Well, today is Father's Day, so happy Father's Day, Pops. So,
happy Father's Day!
Oh, yeah. So I remember one time, this was when I was in 8th grade, he brought an album home by Jeff Lorber. It was called Water Sign. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time I ever heard the original, like...
track,
the original...
beat?
I guess beat or composition of that. So...
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, this is where it comes from. Because I was hearing it everywhere.
Man, Crush on You is so huge. I still listen to it like it just came out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Crush on You by Lil Kim. Yes.
Period.
So I guess my 3, I may name more than 3, but definitely Hip Hop Parade by Naughty by Nature.
Oh, Naughty by Nature.
This one song called Too Much on My Mind by Leaders of the New School, which was the first rap group Busta Rhymes was in back in the 90s. And then a Tupac song, probably. Well, if not, I Get Around is my favorite Tupac song, but you already said that.
Period.
If I had to put a Tupac song on there, it would probably be Holler If You Hear Me.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That song goes hard, boy.
That's a good one.
Literally, that'll have you ready to run through a brick wall. So.
Not a brick wall.
Oh yeah.
But that's a good one.
Really,
holla if you hear me though.
And that's the reason why I say Kendrick Lamar is our modern day Tupac.
He is. He is absolutely.
Because
I agree.
the whole To Pimp a Butterfly album, and then with the song Blacker the Berry, I'm like, golly, like
yeah.
that was the Police from start to
Period.
finish.
Absolutely.
All
Yeah,
right.
that was good.
Let's talk about one more thing. We have to, because I mean it is
Okay.
Sunday. We are gospel music fans.
We are.
As you guys may have seen, Glorilla is the 2025 BET Gospel Music Award recipient. I mean,
That she is.
I'll say this. At first, it kind of threw me off, but I saw that her winning it was for having a song that featured Kurt Franklin and Maverick City Music. So
And Kiera Sheard.
And Kiera Sheard, yes. So I'm like, oh, okay. So you can be a secular artist and still win a gospel music award. I'm like, well, if that's the case, Snoop Dogg should have been had a BET Gospel Award, if you ask me. But I mean, but really, I'm not upset about it. I'm not upset about it. But a lot of people are. A lot of people are upset about it. A lot of people think they have the solution on what should happen with the gospel music industry, namely Deidre Haddon, who said that there needs to be a complete overhaul of the gospel music industry, which
I don't disagree, honestly. Because, I mean, like he said, the same people win. And that is true. I mean, and we ain't going to say no names, but y'all all know. The same people that win.
It's the same people, yeah. So
but that's just what, to me, any genre or whatever, rap, you got the same people. R&B is a lot of the same people. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, that's kind of how it goes. It's very political. Like he was saying, you know, it's a money thing too. Like, if you don't have X amount of dollars, then you not, you know, like, it's just kind of what it is. Do I agree with Glorilla winning the Bobby Jones Gospel Award? I don't agree, because those are features on her song, and she is a secular rap artist. There are so many amazing actual gospel artists in the genre that could have won that award.
Exactly, yes.
That's the only reason. And I ain't saying the song ain't good, and I ain't saying the features are good. What I'm saying is she's not a gospel artist, and this is a Bobby Jones Gospel Award.
Right.
Bobby Jones even called Dietrich, so, and had a conversation with him about it. That's where, for me, it gets sketchy, because it's just like there's so many amazing new gospel artists out, even the ones, you know, that were highlighted. Like, Kiera has new stuff out, like, you know, as one of the people, like we said, who win a lot, because she wins a lot. But still, so I can understand the disappointment. I can understand the disappointment, because this isn't the first time that this has happened. No. It's not. Yeah, and I understand, you know, some people are like, well, these, you know, secular award shows aren't even for us or whatever. But that's, for me, not even really the point. It's nice to know, like, on a national stage where it caters to all different genres, not just like the Stellars or the Dove Awards, that an actual gospel artist could win on a secular award show where all genres are represented. So I can understand how gospel artists alike could feel slighted with that.
It actually goes back to when Chris Brown was slighted when Robert Glasper won the contemporary R&B.
Oh yeah, that was who the is Robert Glasper?
So yeah, I guess. But I'll say this about the whole situation. A lot of people took it to Facebook. I think one notably when Tim Clinton had mentioned that there is a gatekeeping mentality in the gospel music industry, and that's the reason why you don't see a lot of 20 and 30-year-olds really getting the recognition that I personally feel they deserve.
Exactly. They don't have the money.
Exactly.
Like,
so, I mean, but it kind of seems like they've taken the gospel music industry have taken the same approach as, you know, jazz musicians do. So it's like, you know, Branford Marsalis, who's 60 and still a phenomenal tenor saxophone player, is kind of like, I don't want to say in the way, but you do have a lot of younger tenor saxophone players out now, like Emmanuel Wilkins for one. Like his music is absolutely amazing, which we do have to shout out his newer album called Blues Blood, and just to know his preparation, what he goes through before every album is released. I mean, you can tell that it definitely shines through his music. So, but
that's awesome.
But getting back to my point, it just seems like they're taking the same approach to jazz. You know, because we still talk about the Marsalis family, who are incredible musicians. We still talk about Kenny G,
right?
All these, and Norman Brown, one of my favorite smooth jazz guitarists, and Jonathan Butler and Kerry Whalen, who I hope to see at the Tri-C Jazz Fest after we're done playing. Kirk Whalen. But there's a lot of younger guys out now. I mean, some who are getting the recognition, like John Baptiste, Christian Scott, Atunde Adjoa, Robert Glasper again, Terrence Martin. You know, so
good stuff.
But still, the people that were popular in the 80s and 90s still have a high demand, even more demand than the younger guys. Is what I'm getting to.
Yeah, because it's like legendary in the game. So.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, because Herbie still.
Yes.
Selling out everything.
Which I'm happy about that. I'm happy that he's
Same.
still here and still, drawing thousands and thousands of people. Like last year when he did the 50-year anniversary of his Headhunters album at Hollywood Bowl. Man, I mean,
incredible.
I really wish I could have gone to see it, because actually one of my instructors at MI, he's like this with the drummer who played on that, Harvey Mason. So I mean, just to get some of the inside stuff that the preparation of everything, and then a lot of the behind the scenes, and actually Harvey Mason calling my instructor during the class one time. I'm like, yo,
that's crazy.
Yeah,
right.
That was nuts. So but shout out to Herbie.
Yeah, shout out to Herbie. I was just listening to Trust Me like 2 days ago. And then I saw what was it? The performance that Robert and what's our girl name that play the upright bass? Esperanza. Yeah, they did their own rendition. Oh my God, they were honoring him. It was an amazing performance.
Oh yeah.
Amazing. Yeah, shout out to Herbie. He's such a trailblazer, bro. You listen to his stuff and you be like, oh, that's how Robert got this, or he was doing stuff in the 70s that was way ahead of time.
Oh yeah. And he's definitely one of the transcendent artists that came out of the Miles Davis camp.
Yikes.
Because even before the Headhunters and Rocket and all that, you had albums like Eye of the Hurricane, Juan Dishi. Who else? What else? Fat Albert Rotunda, The Sorcerer, all those traditional albums that are inarguably standards that people still play today in jam sessions. So Herbie's that guy. That
guy, truly. So yeah, shout out to Herbie. But yeah, speaking of to go back a little bit, to the gospel artists, we didn't talk about new gospel music that came out. So Music City, which is Daryl Walls, Music City on IG, Daryl Walls came out with a new single, Amazing, with him and PJ Morton. So that dropped. Kiara Shear and Ariane Pace did a tribute to their yeah, they did a song, Act Like You Know. That had dropped. Brandon Lake came out with a whole album.
Yes.
So he has an album out called King of Hearts that dropped. My boy Jonathan Nelson, I love choir music, y'all. So he came out with When I Think. So that dropped. And then we have Isaac Curry came out with Better. So y'all go tap in, check those songs out. Gospel had some good drops this past week.
Oh yeah. So even in the year, I do have to shout out one of my favorite songs called Change Your Mind by FK&M, Fred Hammond, Keith Staton, and Marcus Cole. Yeah, that's a nice little vibe. So yeah, FK&M, Change Your Mind. I like that.
Yeah, so y'all tap into all that good stuff. Good stuff. But this was a good episode, a nice little recap of different things, some new drops, and yeah. This was great.
This was fun. Oh, yeah. All right, y'all. So we want to thank y'all for watching. Again, this is the Invehement Company Music Podcast, the show made by music enthusiasts.
For music enthusiasts.
Y'all know what it is. Y'all have a good one.
See you later.
And we will see you the next time.
Peace.
Free the land.